I hope you guys made a lot of money because that's my goal. What do I do for a living? I turn people into money magnets. That's what I do. Intraday, there was some good selling pressure, and I'll explain in a minute. But some way, somehow, the bulls came in where they needed. This green line is my 5 daily moving average. I changed the color to green. You guys know, in my opinion, when price spends a lot of time above or respecting the 5 daily moving average as a support level, it's, to me, that's overall bullish price action. You see where the green line is, and you see that wick from today's candle. They respected the 5 daily moving average as a support. Overall, looks like it's still bullish. A weird candle, I know. A little weird candle. It's a red candle, but it still is a higher close than yesterday. So it is green. Bounce off the 5 daily moving average. Healthy. As far as the intraday price action, I thought it was amazing. 592 is support. I wrote this morning, 9:28 a.m. 592 is support. If it bounces, 594 must clear to put those higher targets in play. And if 592 fails, then back down to 590 and 588 we go. So it's important to know these levels and the setups, the plan for the bull case and the bear case, because we're looking to react to the price action. The first setup of the day, I use this on the 15-minute chart, 15 to 30-minute chart. You guys can see it broke down my 592 level. That was today's price action candle. Broke down my 592 level. It even back tested 592 as a resistant. When we had the breakdown, Unco alerted in his Discord. 592 failed. Put in 590 and 588 in play. No calls unless 592 can recapture. You guys see it broke down 592. Tested as a resistant. Kept pushing downwards at the end of the day. If you missed that breakdown, you probably didn't have a good time the rest of the day because it was pretty much low volatility with range bound action. But if you was able to catch the first one and you caught, you got Uncle's updates, watch for that 592 level, hopefully you made some good money today. But whatever happened today, I'm grateful for it, but I'm also grateful for tomorrow. It's incoming and we need to prepare. Bounce off the 5 daily moving average. Good job, bulls. You stepped up where you needed to. 590 is one of my support levels. That's around where it closed today. Currently below that as of recording it. But if it can stay below 590 and break down 588 tomorrow, that would be very bullish. We will officially be below that multi-month trend line, the yellow multi-month trend line. It has to break down 588 to give us more downside. Now, you guys see that it's respecting the 5 daily moving average, which is around 586.2-ish. It'll probably slope up to 0.5, 586.5, which happens to be one of my support levels, one of my pivot levels. If we are to be bearish tomorrow, 588, 586.5 needs to break down. That'll get price below the 5 daily moving average. And if price is below the 5 daily moving average, that's bearish price action. That's bearish behavior. And of course, breaking down the multi-month or macro level, fib level, 585 would definitely be bearish. Now, before you guys turn away, I do want to address one of my suspicions. SPY looking suspicious. You see how I zoomed out? We had this pivot high, and then we pulled back, bounced off the 200 daily moving average, and now here we are bouncing again. It's looking a bit suspicious. Now look at this last pivot high here at 595.5. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? Uncle is wondering about a potential M pattern here, because I'm telling you, I'm looking at that 595.5 level. It's very important we look at that level, because if tomorrow SPY can clear some resistance levels, 590 and 592, breaking out 592 was a very nice move today. But if it can recapture 592, then 594 and 595.5 would then be back in play. Now, that would be a nice bounce, and I will trade it if we can clear 590 and 592. But to be very bullish, SPY needs to clear 595.5 because if it doesn't, if it goes up there and tests that level and rejects, there's a risk of an M pattern here for SPY. And I'm telling you, if I zoom out and I move all my cute little lines, there's a risk of an M pattern playing out here. Nasty drop. I'm talking $40, $50 move to the downside. I bet you guys would love that. But overall trend is still bullish. So clearing that 595.5 level would make this back test of the 200 daily moving average a higher low. And of course, if we can take out that previous pivot high, I would have to believe we are heading to a new pivot high, most likely 600 plus. So we got the bull case scenario and we got the bear case scenario. Now it's up to you guys to trade it unbiasedly. Triple Q, what a nice gap up just to sell off. That cute little gap up, it was just a little bit of profit taking, I guess. It opened around 526.3 and it closed around 519.9. It was a beautiful move. For my tier 2 members, we had a beautiful plan for Triple Q today. More upside possible if the next resistance at 527 clears to put 530 or higher in play. And then I wrote, if 527 defends and 525 fails, 523 will be back tested. And below 523 is when I'd be bearish. So look to short if 525 fails and look to long if 527 clears. And you guys can see it just broke down 525. We're just following the price action. No prediction, no crystal balls. Following the price action. We trust in it. So as of right now, it closed just above a fib level I have at 519.2. If that level fails tomorrow, 518, 516.3, and 515 or lower would be in play for Triple Q. If we want to get a bounce and reverse today's sell-off or profit taking, I need to see resistance levels clear. Staying above 519.2, clearing 521, and the fib level at 523 would trigger longs for me, and then I would put 525 and 527 or higher back in play. So I would look to long above 521 and 523, and below 519.2 and 518 I would look to short. NVDA, nice beautiful gap up. I thought robots was gonna save the market, but instead it was just a good opportunity to take some profits. Now despite that, it's still technically a higher close to the previous day. Now we just need to watch the levels and watch for the next setup. Unco have resistance at 139, 141, 142.5, and 144. If you want to play for a bounce, 139 and 141 must clear first. If we break down 137 and 135, guys, it's pullback, more profit taken. We've got a few gaps to fill. 136 is a gap and 131 is a gap. A few gaps to fill. But it won't be possible unless we stay below 139 and break down 137 to head down lower. Here is Tesla, sideways action after a beautiful move to the upside. Still tradable in my opinion, but all it really happened was we gapped up and it was just profit taken. Good for the people who made money. But if we are to be bullish tomorrow, I have resistance at 359 and 361. If those levels clear, there's a good chance we head up to 365, 368, and 370 plus. But I'm overall bearish, or not bearish, but at least favor a pullback below 361. And to confirm this, I have support at 359 while we're below that. So next support would be 357.5, 356, and 354.5. I would definitely look for puts if those levels can break down, especially below 354.5. That should give us like about a $10, $15 move to the downside, maybe a little bit more. There is a gap around 339ish, so definitely a big possibility, but it must break down those levels that I mentioned. Otherwise, 359, 361 clear, we can head up to 365 or higher. Look to react to the price action. Here is coin. Uncle talked about that 257.5 level. It opened above that today, broke it down, and wow, we had a low of 246.7. I hope you guys made a lot of money, because that's my goal. What do I do for a living? I turn people into money magnets. That's what I do, and I love what I do. So I have support at, right now, 248 and 246.7. If those levels fail, More downside incoming, 245, 243, 241, 239 or lower incoming. 246.7 is lost tomorrow. The sell-off continues. Look at that breakdown of the wedge, guys. That's amazing. Now, if we are to get a bounce, as usual, we need to see loss levels recapture, starting with 250. If 250 can recapture, we can head up to 254, 256, and 257.5. A recapture 257.5 would probably put in a higher low and send us back to previous high or potentially to a higher high. Guys, look to react to the price action and the money will find its way to you. VIX didn't really do nothing, didn't really go anywhere, didn't lose any critical support level, and it didn't clear any critical resistance levels. 17.7 to 20.5 is my chop range for the VIX. I'm not trusting anything in between that range. It's just noise. But if we can break 20.4, I would be bullish on the VIX, and breaking down 17.7, Uncle Charters, would be bearish on the VIX. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys found value in this video. Continue to be money magnets. Continue to be money magnets, because that is what you are. Peace.